It's your boy Wits Capone. You get me? Back with another video. Well, I say back with another video, but it's more or less a continuation from last video, which was UK artists I grew up listening to. So this is a part 2, innit? You get me? So yeah, man. I would say another artist that I grew up listening to would be man like Kai's, innit? You get me? And I feel like Kai's is like hella underrated and that. You feel me? Not enough people mention his name when we talk about UK rap, innit? And I'm not gonna lie, Kai's gave me a lot of like great moments with his tunes like Daydream, Life That We Live, Back in Kai's Mode, Tell Me What You See. His tune with Buck and Dubs, his tune Just Living, and all of that, you know what I mean? Even tunes that that were kind of like newish that he made with like Gigs, Panani, and all of that, like them kind of tunes like really like resonate with me. And I feel like, yeah, man, like Kai's is just hella underrated, like, and much more people need to put respect on his thing, innit? Simple as. Because he doesn't get the flowers that I think personally he deserves, innit? You get me? So yeah, shout out Kai's in each and every time, man. So yeah, next person is man like Pacman. So, reasons why I listened to Pacman as a youth is tunes like his Soca Freestyle, My Life, Elevation. Then he had a tune back in the day, like this is time ago. He had a tune back in the day called Pushing. Real Pacman fans know that he had a tune called Pushing back in the day. Trust me. So yeah, man. Big up yourself, Pacman. Next one's gonna surprise a lot of people, innit? But this one's like really like detrimental to me, innit? You get it? I grew up listening to this guy differently, innit? So cool. He had a BPM freestyle. Man like Ossia Tom, BPM freestyle, and he had the one that resonates with me the most is his 64 bars freestyle. Man said, "Can never let it fam get the best of me with no Fabregas, but I've always got that cess on me. Are you stupid? Are you hearing the stuff he's saying?" Then he goes, "Me, nah, I ain't trying to be one. Got the things in the park, no G-Song." Are you stupid? Are you hearing what man's saying? Man said G-Song Park, Man United and that. Like, if you know your football, you will get the bars in that, innit? You get? Cool. So big up yourself, Ossia Tom, each and every time. If you're from North London, you would know who Ossia Tom is. You get me? Next person would be man like Swift. Bearing in mind this is not in order, this is just randomized. You get me? So yeah, big up man like Swift. He had tunes like Eye for Eye, Eye for Eye 2, Come Again. Like he's like he literally put Section Boys on a map, innit? You get me? Especially back then, like, you get me? Like, bare people wanted to collab with Section Boys because Section Boys had this thing on Smash. Even now, they're still doing their thing. You get me? Swift is still doing his thing musically, still flowing, still barring, all of that. Man like Sleeks as well. He's still barring, he's still doing his thing as well. Still going ham, you get me? So yeah, man, big up yourself each and every time, Swift. And I feel like he's another artist, yeah, that deserves credit. Or more credit, should I say. You get me? So yeah, big up yourself each and every time, Swift. Next person, man like Kemsy. I remember back in the day, this was like what? Secondary school times, innit? One of my boys, big up Any Ozarania and that, you get me? Back in the day, I remember we was in PE GCSE and that. Obviously, I spoke about this in my getting to know me a bit video. It wasn't PE GCSE, but it was PE BTEC, but they used to call it that. So yeah, when we was in that lesson, me and Any would always listen to tunes and that. Then he's like, "Oh, bro, listen to this Kemsy Rap City freestyle. You're gonna like it, fam." I listened to it. I had to like tell him to send it to me through Bluetooth and that, because them times there it was more Bluetooth than anything, innit? Back then there was no Spotify, no you get me, these other musical apps and that. Them times it was just straight Bluetooth or YouTube converter. You know them ones there. So yeah, man, big up yourself, Kemsy as well. Get me, very pivotal part of East London. My next person on this list, yeah. See this one here? Proper. The tune I'm about to get onto, the tunes that he had, catalogue. Rattling has a catalogue and a half. I don't care what anybody says. Anyone can try argue with me, but his catalogue is brazy. So I remember when was this? This was time ago, secondary school days. Yeah, I remember lunchtime settings, innit? and bare classes and that had their windows open and that. Out of nowhere, I just hear man them start playing Rattling Messiah on the speakers. Bare people are start going rah 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 rah. Wheel it up, wheel it up, wheel it up, and all of that. I was like, yeah, nah, this tune's cold. Literally, them 2 to 3 summers, bare people are banging Rattling Messiah, Rattling Messiah, Rattling Messiah. It was just going off, innit? You get me? So yeah, you had tunes like Messiah, the tune with Karina, Ride For Me, My Life's Not Easy, the cover of Ja Vinci's tune, No Love. He had another tune on Summertime in Mexico called Stand Alone, which is a fucking banger as well. If you know, you know. Duppy with My 9. And yeah, man, those tunes are the most like pivotal to me when it comes to rattling, innit? So yeah, man, another pivotal person in the scene. Big up yourself each and every time rattling, innit? You get me? So yeah, man. Next person, man like Shocks. If you know, you know. See this person? When they say, nah, this person was the hardest for his age, that's the real definition, bruv. What do you call it? Shocks was cold. I reckon if he stayed in this music thing, he would have blown time ago. Time ago. The stuff he was talking in his tunes, his delivery, his cadence, like all of that, like he just had it all in it. Especially at that age, at a very young age, like what, 17, 18? You get me? For that age, he was a barrers, you get me? Proper barrers. Those of you that know your UK rap would know of Shocks, innit? So he had tunes like Get Back, Riding Spree, Swag Off with Blacks. He had another tune with Sticks, Stigs, that a lot of people will be familiar with, and that tune's called Wreckage. You get me? So yeah, man, big up yourself, Shocks. I wish he had the Insta in it, man. Could have tagged him in this or atted him or whatever in it. You get me? So he could have saw this video. Who knows? He might even see this video. You don't even know, innit? You get me? The next person on my list is man like Dubs. So in my other video previously, I touched on it briefly when I was like, Gigs made a banger of a song called Dubs, and that tune was called Pain Is The Essence. So obviously I've added him to my list because I feel like Dubs, especially like early UK rap days, was shutting shit down, innit? You get me? Shutting shit down, especially in a lot of Giggs' early mixtapes as well. For those of you that know UK rap, you would know exactly where man, like what man's talking about. You get it? Cool. So you had tunes like Pain Is The Essence, Ting Them, Do or Die, and all of that, innit? I know you had much more, but I couldn't think of a lot at the time when I was doing my list, innit? You get me? But I know there's probably way more in it that you in the comments can probably put in the comments and let me know what I missed out on and rare tear, innit? You get it? So yeah, big up yourself, Dubs. Next person is man like Blade Brown. If you leave out Blade Brown in like you get me? If you leave out Blade Brown in the UK rap list, is it even a list? You get me? The stuff, yeah, Blade Brown was chatting in these tunes, it would make you want to go out and do a mad thing. You get me? But that's another thing, innit? That's the next thing. So yeah, you had tunes like Bags and Boxes, the intro, Trafficking, Don't You Ever Go, which is a banger as well. That came out in like what, 010, 011. He had another tune called Sometimes, which is a banger as well. You get me? And yeah, with Blade Brown, there's literally way more bangers. You get me? Way more bangers. But if I mentioned all the bangers, I'll literally be here for time. You get it? So yeah, man, big up yourself, Blade Brown. And last but not least, like I said, it's not no list like you get me, from A to B, like A to Z or anything. This is just like random picking it. But it's at the end of the day, if you've made it on this list, you get me, you've done your thing in the UK rap scene, and I'll tell you that now. So yeah, big up Jay Spades. With Jay Spades, obviously he could rap in like normal like English slang and that, but then he was never afraid to show his Jamaican patois side as well. You get me? And he used to kill me. He used to say things like Father God, rete, you get me? If you know Jay Spades, especially back then when he had tunes that used to come out on Toxic TV. So tunes like Every Day, Amen, White Stuff, Hustle Hard. Rap Game's another. You know what? Rap Game's another banger as well. Very underrated banger as well. You get me? And then he had one tune back in the day with Waka Flocka called 3000. And let me tell you why that collab's very big, yeah? Because back then, UK artists UK artists collaborating with an American artist was almost unheard of, innit? And it rarely happened, innit? So I feel like that was very big for the scene. And secondly, I feel like that was very important for East London as a whole, innit? You get me? So yeah, man, big up yourself each and every time, Jay Spades, innit? Like, all these people that I've mentioned on my list, to me personally, I feel like they've done amazing for the UK rap scene. You get me? And obviously, like I said, it's just my opinion, innit? Other people may have different opinions. All the opinions that you have, you can put it in the comments below. Maybe I forgot some people that I could have added, but you can let me know in the comments the people I've added, and I can interact with you in the comments. At the end of the day, I like my subscribers, innit? I fuck with my subscribers heavy, because without my subscribers, I'm nothing. You get me? So I always try and remain humble and interact with my subscribers as much as I can. You get me? Because at the end of the day, when you interact with your people, you're letting them know that you care. It's not just you're doing it because of money or whatnot. Don't get me wrong, yeah, money's important, but at the same time, I'm doing it because, one, I'm passionate about it, and two, I'm passionate about you guys, innit? Because I care what my subscribers think about my content. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. So yeah, before I go, make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video, whether it will be on WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, even Facebook. Barely anyone uses Facebook anymore, but even Facebook, because at the end of the day, if it's getting put on socials, people see it, innit? So that would help the channel, because at the end of the day, when you're sharing it, it helps with my algorithms on my YouTube. Because how algorithms work is, the more people are sharing your videos and other people are seeing it, it helps your videos come up and pop up and people's recommended, so that they can watch the video. Because not many people would want to click on the link to your video, or when you send it to them, they'll view it straight away. Some people like to watch your videos and that in their own time, which is totally fine as well, innit? So yeah, that helps. But yeah, other than that, it's been your boy Witz Capone, and